Hey there, how are you? Welcome to the reading room at the Quantum Lighthouse. Just spin on some Quantum Lighthouse blend. This is a beautiful new spot I just opened with my business partner. So if you're in the Calgary area, please check us out. Everything is the Quantum Lighthouse, quantumlighthouse.com, our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook page, all of it. Just search the Quantum Lighthouse, you will find us. And now, enough of that. Let me get to the brass tacks here. Going to tell you a Sasquatch story. Sorry, it's been a while. I've been busy creating this place and co-creating, I should say. So, but I'm back at it. I want to start sharing stories, and I'm going to get on it because I've got a lot of information to send into to squish into 10 minutes here, and I've tried a few times and I can't quite do it. So, December 2016. As you'll remember, had the experience in a trailer with my friend Chad. That was August. And if you haven't heard that, go back and check out those videos because those stories are pretty cool. August that happened, kind of didn't do much in September. Came to be October, we go out for some wings. Like, what have you been up to? Exchange stories, whatever. Chad says, oh, I've got an interesting one. He's like, yeah, I got put in touch with this woman who claims to have had a whole bunch of Sasquatch interaction at this one spot. She took me out there, nothing happened. Okay, so it's nothing, but it was interesting. So I'm like, well, let's go out there. Well, no, it's a waste of time. Well, yeah, but we need to go. So my understanding from all the research I did is that, like, you know, the Sasquatch people, they appreciate people putting in effort. So I was like, brother, let's just go. They're not going to appear to us the first time. We probably have to go for months, maybe a couple years, but like it's worth putting in the effort to connect with them. And he's like, okay, fine. So nothing happened until December. So that was October. Finally, December, we decided to go out. I think it was Christmas Eve day. Might have been December 23rd. So anyways, we go out to this spot. So if you're, what does it matter? Right? There's this place called Bray Creek. This is where it was near Bray Creek, Alberta. It's like 45 minutes out of Calgary, and it's pretty close to Bray Creek where this all happened. So we go out to the area and we hike in. It was like a 45-minute walk to get in there. So just to set the scene, this day was sunny, clear, not snowing, but lots of snow on the ground. The specific area where we were, lots of trees around, but all the trees, for the most part, they're like 15, 20 feet apart. They're trees that had leaves that were mostly fallen, and there's snow on the ground. So what I'm getting at is, I'm looking around, I can see for quite a distance, and everything's white. So visibility is good. And it was quiet, you know, there's nothing around, so should be able to hear. So the area we were sitting in was this woman had shown Chad this place, called it the gifting tree. So the way it's set up, it's almost like a room. Is in a square. So down one wall is an overturned tree. You could sit on trunk, right? Down the bottom is another wall, sort of the back of the room, overturned tree, sit on the trunk, and up the right, another overturned tree, you can sit on the trunk. But now at the front, at the top, if you're thinking of a square, the top is like on the top left corner, there's a bit of an opening where we could walk through, but on this right side, there's an overturned tree, but it's the roots and the mud making up a wall. So there was like a blind there that you can't see through at all. And it was probably 9 feet tall. So that's where we were sitting. So Chad and I were sitting at the sort of the bottom of the room at the back, across from the mud blind. And we're sitting there meditating. And it got cold, so I got up. And like nothing was happening. But again, we don't have expectation. I think Chad might have even said, like, this is such a waste of time. I'm like, dude, we're out here. We're just putting in the time. We're putting in the effort. That's all that matters. So, you know, we're chatting, and it's just, you know, it's nice being out in nature, you know. So I was not upset. I wasn't expecting anything. I get up and I walk to the open area, like to the part where you would walk in, like the little doorway sort of thing. And like standing there and just looking around, and I don't see anything walking towards us. Don't hear anything. So I'm talking to Chad, we're whatever, don't know what we're saying. And then I start looking, panning to the left, looking for something. And then to my left, about like maybe 100 feet away, probably less, I see a Sasquatch sitting there, like this. I'm just gonna do it like that. So just squatting down like this, kind of sitting, you know, resting knees on the elbows, whatever, squatted down. I think so that I didn't lose my mind, because even squatted down, it was probably close to 5 or 6 feet high and like 4 or 5 feet wide at the shoulders, like huge. I'm guessing, what, 11, 12 feet tall if he was standing up? I don't know, but would have been huge. So I think trying to like not totally scare me. And also interesting that from where Chad was sitting, the line of sight to the Sasquatch was completely covered by that mud and the roots, right? And I also want to just share, because some of my stories, I'll talk about using plant medicine. We were completely sober, didn't have like nothing mind altering whatsoever in this at this time. So I'm staring at it. I can see its face. I can see different colors of hair. Mostly it's dark brown, then there's some light brown, there's some black. Excuse me. I can see it crystal clear. I'm just like in absolute disbelief. And I'm like, there's no way this is happening. I'm actively resisting what I'm physically looking at. It was so bizarre. And like, how did it get there? Like, I mean, you know, if you watch the other videos, like, they're not monkeys that are just kind of smart. They're like multi-dimensional beings. So, you know, how it got there, I looked in, sat, I don't know, whatever. That's not the important part, but it's an interesting fact, an interesting piece of it. So I'm looking at him, complete disbelief, and I decide, because they can mentally influence you, and a lot of people have talked about this too. Like, they can kind of influence your thoughts and what you're doing. And I never for a second thought, Chad, come here. Never for a second thought, phone, take a picture. Nothing like that. The best I came up with was, I'm going to look away from you, and I'm not going to look back here for a minute. And then when I do look back, you're going to be gone, and then I'm going to know for sure this actually happened. Don't ask. I don't know. Best I could come up with. So I turn back to Chad, start talking. Completely, instantly forgot what I just saw. And probably, I think I even said, I was talking, I'm like, man, it should be cool if we saw something. Like, and this just happened. And I probably felt like I stared at him for like a minute and a half, trying to reason through this. So anyways, Chad and I, eye contact. And behind me to my left, I hear this massive crack. Like somebody took a baseball bat and broke it over a tree. Like, crack, and it was so loud. And Chad and I our eyes just went, phew, and we're staring at each other, dumbfounded for like 5 seconds. Silent. And I'm just like, did you hear that? Yep. Did you hear that? Yep. That was so cool. Then I turn around and look, and like, as soon as I look to where the sound came from, another crack over there. We look over there, then another crack over there, then another one over there. So we start getting surrounded by these cracks, and they're all different heights. Like, some are like the treetop, some are ground, some are like a few, like 10 feet, 15 feet, like from all over. So that's going on for a while. Then it kind of calms down, and somehow we figured out, we kept talking and asking questions. We're like, hello, and are you Sasquatch? Crack. So we figured out that we could ask questions. Yes or no questions. Yes was a crack. Silence meant no. Is it okay that we're here? Crack. Can we come back? Crack. Can we bring other people? Silence. If we come back and tell you about the people and tell you who they are, can you give us permission to bring them? And would that be okay? We get a crack. Yes. So I don't even remember what questions we asked, because we weren't really all that well prepared. We weren't expecting anything. But it just all happened so fast. And then eventually, it's like they lost interest. They just stopped answering our questions. So we hung out for a bit and nothing else was happening. But like, I mean, that was everything. So that is where I'm going to end it, because I'm probably getting close to the limit of the video.